Tajudin Atan, CEO of Bursa Malaysia, Mr. Yu Chen Hock, Executive Director, CEO of OSK Investment Bank, Mr. Tae Eugene, Project Manager of OSK Investment Challenge, Senior Management of Bursa Malaysia and OSK Investment Bank, sponsors of the OSK Investment Challenge, campus representatives from the various institutions of higher learning in Malaysia, members of the media. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of OSK Investment Bank, I would like to welcome you to the official launch of OSK Investment Challenge Campus Edition 2012. The OSK Investment Challenge was initiated with the objective of educating Malaysian tertiary level students nationwide on the mechanics of the capital market by providing an avenue for them to experience a simulated stock market as virtual investors. After a successful campaign and competition in 2010 and 2011, it gives me great pleasure to announce that OSK Investment Challenge 2012 is back for the third consecutive years. Let's put our hands together for this accomplishment. The competition has grown to be recognized more effectively now through social media and has attracted more sponsors. This year's sponsors include our platinum sponsor, Silver Lake Digital Economy, our gold sponsor, Lumix, and our classic sponsors, Cafe 21, FNN Seasons, Magnolia Sherbet, Personal Money, Shares Investment, Swiss Garden, and True North Asia. Without further ado, let me invite Mr. Yu Chen Hock, Executive Director, CEO of OSK Investment Bank on stage to deliver his opening remarks. Mr. Yu, we welcome you on stage.
Very good morning, Yang Berbahagia Datuk Tajudin Atan, CEO of Bursa Malaysia, Senior Management Staff of Bursa Malaysia and OSK Investment Bank, sponsors of the OSK Investment Challenge, campus representatives from the various institutions of higher learning in Malaysia, members of the media. Ladies and gentlemen, today marks the launch of the third installment of the OSK Investment Challenge, or in short OSKIC 2012 Campus Edition, organized by Bursa Malaysia and OSK Investment Bank. Since OSK IB launched, first initiated this simulated online trading competition in 2010, it has attracted an average of 30,000 participants annually from more than 200 public and private campuses across the country. College Tunku Abdul Rahman secured top place last year and University Tunku Abdul Rahman the year before. Over the past 2 years, OSKIC has become quite a buzzword among college students and young adult participants alike. Just by participating in the competition, they can gain a great deal of experience and knowledge about investing in the local stock market through the OSKIC's simulated trading portal. It's our aim and aspiration that the OSKIC will continue to be an effective, practical and rewarding investment education platform through which Malaysian students can equip themselves with investment knowledge and be inspired by the experience of trading as virtual investors within a simulated stock market. I'm very proud to say that OSKIC has made headlines in the advertising and marketing industry, having won multiple awards. At the Promotion Marketing Awards of Asia, or PMAA 2012, Dragons of Asia, OSKIC picked up the gold for Best in Malaysia and Asia for Best Use of the Internet in a Promotion Marketing Campaign, which is indeed a huge win, as the PMAA recognizes only the most successful marketing communications campaigns by agencies across Asia. Not only that, PMAA also awarded OSKIC the Gold Award for Best Digital Promotion Marketing Campaign, Gold Award for Best Use of the Internet in a Promotion Marketing Campaign, and the Bronze Award for Best Brand Awareness and Trial Campaign. I think we deserve the Malaysian Media Awards MMA 2012 also awarded OSKIC with the Silver Award for Media Buying for Best Use of Digital, Online, Interactive and Mobile Media. At the Marquis 2012, OSKIC also picked up the Silver Award for Advertising and Marketing Magazine for Best Idea for Web Design. The Marquis is advertising and marketing celebration of the most effective campaigns for projects spanning Malaysia's entire marketing services industry. This goes to show that as a competition, OSKIC appeals to young aspiring students. It makes full use of social media such as the OSKIC official website, Facebook and Twitter, so that we are able to speak in the same language as the Gen Y, or rather the young generation. And OSKIC appeals to this technology savvy, or what we call gadget savvy group. In fact, OSKIC's Facebook page still continues to maintain activities even after the completion. This goes to show that OSKIC is sustaining strong interest amongst the participants. This year, there is also an increased demand for OSKIC's roadshows at campuses nationwide. Over the period of 4 weeks, from 27 August to 28 September, the OSKIC team conducted campus roadshows, classroom visits, and gave demonstrations and presentations at over 30 campuses across the country to generate awareness of the competition and also to encourage their participation. For the first time, the OSK Roadshow went all the way to University Malaysia Sabah on the island of Labuan, where 650 students registered for the competition. I can see great eagerness of the participants. In fact, even beginners are welcome to participate. So you don't need to have any knowledge of the stock market. You can be rookies and you can still sign up to participate. OSKIC has organized investment seminars to teach you where to start, what to look for, and how to value the company. These seminars will be held on 10th October at Plaza OSK and on 16th October at University Science Malaysia in Penang. I hope all our participants are all set, ready to buy and sell and grow your stocks. Some of you may have already gone through the trial game, which ran from 3rd to 28th September. With the launch of the OSKIC, the real deal begins today. In closing, it is indeed our honor to have Yang Berbahagia Datuk Tajuddin Atan, CEO of CEO of Pusat Malaysia, to officially launch the OSKIC this morning. OSK Investment Bank is grateful to Pusat Malaysia for its continued support and assistance to promote OSKIC as part of our ongoing commitment to investor education. The OSKIC is not just a competition for its own sake. Through the competition, we aim to inspire and awaken the talents and potential of the young to create a generation of financial and market-savvy Malaysians, a generation that can compete globally and drive the Malaysian economy towards becoming a high-income, inclusive and sustainable one. A word to the participants: you have absolutely nothing to lose and everything to gain. You'll be playing virtual money, but in a simulated market environment which feels and experience just like the real one. Your experience in the OSKIC will build for you a good foundation which will sharpen and develop your business and decision-making skills. This is a great learning opportunity, and I'm sure the OSKIC will be an exceptional experience for each and every one of you. With that, we look forward to seeing you participate in a very dynamic competition to come. Thank you very much.
OSK Investment Challenge 2012 is back with more interesting and newly introduced prizes. The competition features several categories: campus category, individual category, group category, and lecture category. The best performing campus stands to receive a resource center sponsorship worth 15,000. The grand prize for the individual category includes cash and prizes worth 25,000. Top group category stands to receive cash and prizes worth 30,000. The lecturer with the best performing team win cash and prizes worth 5,000, and the lecturer with the most number of teams, cash and prizes worth 10,000. Apart from that, there are also daily prizes to be won. So I hope our participants are all set and ready to buy, to sell, and to grow your stocks. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll continue with the official address by Yang Berbahagia Datuk Tajuddin Atan, CEO of Pusat Malaysia. Datuk Tajuddin, please.
Yu Cheng Hock, CEO of OSK Investment Bank. At one point in time, I thought we were switching job. Mr. Tay Eugene, person in charge of all this, acknowledge his hard work and his team. Senior management of OSKIC Investment, and senior management of Bursa Malaysia. Here there is a representative from the universities and the participating, distinguished guests, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, good morning and welcome to Bursa Malaysia and Salam Sejahtera. It is indeed a great pleasure to stand here and see a lot of young people who are attracted to this unique, and I say unique, simulated online trading competition. I would like to first of all thank the management of OSKIC Investment Bank for inviting me to speak at this event. We are indeed heartened by the efforts of our partner broker to attract young investors to be interested in the world of trading and the stock market. Bursa Malaysia is indeed proud to be working together with our prominent participating organization, that is OSKIC Investment Bank, on the third installment of the OSKIC Investment Challenge 2012 Campus Edition. OSKIC's effort to provide an investment education platform through the challenge, which virtually simulates the stock market, is an exciting way, in a very laudable and I think it should be commended. Ladies and gentlemen, the OSKIC Investment Challenge comes at a very opportune time. On the back of the recent 2013 budget announcements tabled by the Prime Minister at Parliament last Friday, Bursa Malaysia is very encouraged by the budget 2013 as it directly supports our plans to address the needs of capital market, to ensure growth, vibrancy, and resilience in the face of increasing competition in our marketplace, and also to ensure we provide the most conducive environment for our PLCs to grow competitively beyond our borders. For Bursa Malaysia perspective, the three critical areas of focus that will build our competitiveness was addressed in Budget 2013. First, easier and cost-competitive access to retail capital, to raise capital from Malaysia, especially from the issuance of bonds and sukuks traded in Bursa Malaysia. As the expense for the issuance of the exchange-traded bonds and sukuk will be given a double deduction for a period of 4 years, we expect exchange-traded bonds on Bursa Malaysia to grow rapidly and attract foreign issuance out of Malaysia. Dana Infra National Berhad issuance of retail bonds worth around RM300 million by end 2012 to finance the MRT development project will spearhead that it will be the first listing of the exchange-traded bonds and sukuk on Bursa Malaysia, providing an additional cost-effective method to raise capital, as well as provide both domestic and foreign investors price transparency and flexible access to the stability of bonds and sukuk. The announcement of the new business trust structure will add the diversity of product offerings on Bursa Malaysia and enhance business ability to obtain financial resources based on asset owned. Secondly, the 2013 budget reiterated that Malaysia has an opportunity to be a key driver of the ASEAN marketplace. As such, creating a regionally competitive environment in Malaysia is paramount, as both overseas multinationals operating here and Malaysian companies transitioning into a multinational need a conducive environment to grow. As capital flow barriers come down and ASEAN national becomes more and more familiar to the Malaysian investors, there is a need to be an internationally competitive marketplace to ensure the domestic investor base is maintained and regional investor base continue to expand. The focus on the growth of SMEs and talent is paramount to our success. The establishment of the Capital Market Foundation, which was first announced by the Prime Minister at our Invest Malaysia 2012 conference in May this year, will be the pillar to ensure our marketplace growth further. Our team will be working close with the Ministry of Finance to ensure the effort successfully drive new and innovative products, provide easier and more consistent fundraising alternative for SMEs, and ultimately generate new listings of products and companies on Bursa Malaysia that will attract more local and overseas investors to share in our nation's growth. Thirdly, as announced by 2013 budget, retail investors will now have access to a new range of investment products on Bursa Malaysia to grow their wealth. For the first time, retail investors will have the ability to trade bonds and sukuks directly on Bursa Malaysia, just like they trade stocks. The new exchange-traded asset class provides retail investors a more transparent and flexible method of investing directly in bonds and sukuk. With the growth of exchange-traded bonds and sukuk, we anticipate an expansion of our traditional investor base to include those who are not currently in the market, as well as regional investors, retail investors via the recently announced ASEAN Trading Link connecting Bursa Malaysia and Singapore Exchange. Stamp duty exemption for the trading of retail bonds and sukuk will further stimulate trading of this instrument, creating greater liquidity for these new products. Ladies and gentlemen, the introduction of the exchange-traded bond and sukuk, or fondly called ETBS, on Bursa Malaysia complements our goal to offer a diverse range of tradable products on the exchange. We are creating an environment that provides something for every type of investor. In this case, bonds and sukuk form a wider issuer base with a listed will be listed and traded on the exchange, and this complements the diverse selection of stocks, ETFs and REITs already listed on Bursa Malaysia, as well as our complete range of derivatives and futures products. To that end, Bursa Malaysia have recently introduced the rules to facilitate ETBS to be listed and traded in the stock in Bursa securities. This marked the first step towards providing wider access to this asset class to Bursa Malaysia's investors. In the past, ladies and gentlemen, bonds have been primarily accessible to institutional and high net worth individuals. With the introduction of these rules, issuers now can list bonds or sukuk on the securities market and thus tap into the liquidity provided by retail investors. Ladies and gentlemen, as I said, the recent 2013 budget announcements resonate with Bursa Malaysia's own strategic intent in transforming the exchange to be the leading marketplace in Asia. Alongside our plan to grow our business in the securities market, derivative, as well as our niche area of Islamic capital market, Bursa Malaysia has identified the relevant priorities and initiative has been implemented to build a competitive marketplace. As the nation's primary economic driver, we are committed to increase the value and the vibrancy of the market, capitalizing on the government's economic transformation plans and achieve an objective for Malaysia to become a high-income nation and thus increasing the quality of its citizens. To date, Malaysia remained the top IPO market for the region in 2012 after hosting two of the world's biggest listings this year, with another sizable listing scheduled this month. The exchange, as a catalyst for the country's economy, will be relentless in its endeavor to ensure the vibrancy and attractiveness of the marketplace through various efforts, including collaborating and strategically working with our stakeholders, the investment banks, partner brokers, issuers, PLC, as well as our regulator. As part of its strategic intent, Bursa Malaysia continuously strives to create a more facilitative trading environment so as to remain competitive with other benchmark exchanges who are also our competitors in the region. We have introduced this year various enhancements to our trading technology to fulfill our first strategic intent. The new derivative clearing system was introduced in February. The straight-through processing facility to enhance our CDS operation was done in June. The introduction of the new order and validity type and central matching system enhancement for STP was done in July. Our latest enhancement that was introduced last month was the extension of the e-dividend facility to include all types of cash payment made by listed issuers to their securities holders. I hope the simulation game will use most of these facilities that was provided. At the same time, Bursa Malaysia is cognizant of the need to have more products that are tradable by all on our exchange. And we are working with the brokers and investment partners to roll out new products and get the right mix of products to all types of investors. So far this year, our end-to-end Sharia compliance commodity trading platform added RBD Olin as the new commodity offering in April. Bursa introduced the revamp option on contract based on FKLI in May to provide traders with more hedging, arbitraging and trading choices. And we also introduced the option on OCPO in July. The upcoming issuance of the exchange-traded bonds and Sukuk is definitely a development that Bursa Malaysia welcomes and eagerly anticipates. Ladies and gentlemen, we need to make Bursa Malaysia a marketplace where people want to invest and trade, and therefore it becomes clear that there is a need to reshape the market structure and framework in order to reduce friction, increase efficiency and effectiveness. By doing so in the most expedient and optimal manner, we will be able to reshape the marketplace and build a larger domestic base to get our trading value in line with our competitors. In pursuit of this strategic intent, various measures were announced, including the introduction of our referral agent activities in June, easing of the restriction for the setting up of branches and kiosks by futures brokers, and also in June, the easing of the eligibility requirements for the dual licensing fast-track program in August. For the exchange, one of the key enablers for a robust foundation for the marketplace is a sound regulatory framework. The growth that we want to see must be a sustainable one, which is premised on fairness, transparency, and efficiency. In striving to build a market of quality and integrity, Bursa Malaysia is guided by the regulatory principles to ensure investors' protection remain intact, high standard of business conduct by listed issuers and brokers, and efficient and effective regulation. At the recently published Corporate Governance Watch 2010, Malaysia was ranked 4th, sharing the position with Japan among the 11 capital markets surveyed in the ASEAN region, an improvement from its 6th position 2 years ago. The report cited various initiatives implemented by Bursa Malaysia that boosted the said ranking, including the Corporate Disclosure Guide and the guideline entitled Powering Business Sustainability Guide for Directors. Bursa's other intent is to establish itself as a regional marketplace with global access, and the first key milestone was achieved with the connectivity provided by the recently launched ASEAN Trading Link that enabled cross-border trade between Bursa Malaysia and Singapore Exchange. The link is an excellent conduit to tap into the region's growth opportunity, as it allows investors an easy access to a wider investment selection across the connected markets. Ladies and gentlemen, despite the challenging global economic climate, it is quite an exciting time for Bursa Malaysia. While we go about implementing its building block of our competitive and regional marketplace, that is why we are today truly excited with this initiative undertaken by OSKIC Investment Bank to inspire our young minds to participate in the capital market. Once again, I wish to commend and congratulate our strategic broker partner, OSKIC Investment Bank, for successfully initiating and organizing this fantastic competition, which I know will be fun for the participant, but more importantly, serve as an investors' education program, as well as contributing to the effort to groom a new generation of savvy investors that ultimately will create a more vibrant marketplace in Malaysia. Once again, on that note, I am pleased to officially launch the OSKIC Investment Challenge 2012. Like they say, let the training begin.
Gentlemen, can you do us the honors, please?
Do this. Okay. 1, 2. It's good. Oh, that video, okay. Oh, done, right?
Channel